Melisha Crump, hey, how you doing? We appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. All right, y'all, come on in. Come on in. It's the Caravan of Dreams, the redo. Y'all know what it is. It's 8 something. We are here. We are here. Be sure and like and share. Like and share. Tell somebody to tell somebody that the Caravan of Dreams is on. Okay. All right, all right. All right, everybody, come on in. All right. Hey, y'all. Hey, come on in. Come on in, everybody. Be sure and like and share. Like and share. Tell somebody to tell somebody that the Caravan of Dreams is on. All right. Sure. Hey, y'all. Hey, come on in, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm sure the people will come on in here shortly. Okay, so let's see here. Not. Okay. Hey, Vanessa. Okay. All right. We ready to get started?
Been ready.
Been ready. Okay. All right, y'all. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started, and hopefully the people will come on in. So, listen. Um, so I was, of course, looking at some information where they're saying that, um, and this is not something that's actually new information, but word has it that there is, for those of us who like to eat hot dogs, so they're saying there's 2% human DNA found in hot dogs. So what is that saying? That they have found 2% DNA found in hot dogs.
Tell me, we people.
Yeah. Now, so I'm thinking that it must be.
Is it they? Is it like FDA type stuff? Is this like some kind of outside entity, or?
I mean, I guess.
Is it TikTok? First of all,
I didn't see it on TikTok because I didn't look for that there. But my understanding is that it's been tested, and I would venture to say it's FDA because it has been tested. But they're saying that there is 2% DNA, and this is not a new thing. That this has been done 7 years ago. So just think over 7 years period of time, this is what we've been eating. For all of us that like to barbecue the hot dogs and, chili dogs and, whatever. Because, if you think about the hot dog ingredients, it's so much just different stuff. It's so many different kinds of meats and products and, what I'm saying, in a hot dog, if you go and look at the ingredients. And so.
Okay. So human DNA was found in about 2% of hot dogs in one study.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not 2% DNA. So there's not like a guaranteed 2% human DNA in hot dogs.
And not in one hot dog, but
in any 2%. Given hot dogs. This is across a study of hot dogs.
Okay, so 2% of the hot dogs.
Yes.
Okay. So there's a
2%. It's true that it was found in about 2% of hot dogs. Now, I don't see any numbers as far as how much of this DNA was in the hot dog.
Right. Yeah.
But I knew that something didn't sound right about that.
Okay. So not 2% of all hot dogs, but or not when you eat a hot dog, it's got 2%
DNA. No.
It is a 2% of the hot dogs
2%
tested.
Chance of you getting hot dog having human DNA in your hot dog.
Oh, okay. Okay.
See, human DNA was found in about 2% of hot dogs across this study.
Okay.
So it's 2% chance of you. That's a big difference.
Then all hot dogs
then
having 2%.
All hot dogs having 2%.
Okay.
Human DNA.
Okay. So a 2% chance of there being DNA, even though, like, how do we know? So, you know what I'm saying? How do you, it's the luck of the draw on hot dogs? Is it, you know what I'm saying, by location? Is it, what?
Me personally, it's too late for me to care. I done did it for 5 decades. I don't know what it's contributing to. I don't know if it's going to build up and something pop up on me or something. I don't know. But 50 years, man. What am I supposed to do now? To be like, ew, I'm done with it. I've been told this. It's habitual. Humans, we're some of the biggest habitual characters. So it's like 50 years, man. I don't know. You might want to talk to the kids. Tell the kids that so they can stop. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Before they get their life started.
Right.
I got more sand at the bottom of the hourglass than I do at the top.
Right.
I
So at the
thought
end
it-
of the day, you know, if it didn't, you feel like it didn't do nothing, you still good, and so you just gonna keep going.
If they wouldn't have said nothing, how many words would I have?
I mean, right. I guess at the end of the day, we we don't know if it. As a matter of fact,
Oh
here's my
no,
thing.
what's in over half. I ain't even finna lie to you. I'm not one of them people who look at labels. You know, I'm not one of these people who look for what is it, BMOs? What is it called?
GMO.
GMO. I don't really look for none of that. I don't look at calories. I don't look at carbohydrates. I don't look at fat, saturated fat. I don't look at none of it. I eat.
I know.
Now I know there's people out there who do it, and for you people who do it, hey, check it out. You know, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I can't call it. I'm not a vegan. I'm not a vegetarian. I don't plan on being one. You know.
Well, and this is the thing. What I heard was they said that most of this was found in the vegetarian hot dogs. So there's that.
Oh, I ain't vegetarian. So what? Does my percentage go down now?
I think so. Maybe so. So maybe it's 1%.
Go Blackwell. How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you in here today. Said fast, detox, and cleanse. What you should be doing.
Yeah. I mean, but you know what? Here's the thing. Do we know what's in any meat? Because I was watching where now the things, okay, so here's the thing. Let's just say this with this food thing. They are putting something in everything that we eat. Unless you grow your own food, your own vegetables, do your own what they call that, raise your own chickens and cows and
Livestock.
livestock or whatever, then we don't know what's in any of this. I was watching a video where they were injecting something in these chickens that plump them up. What is that? We don't know what that is because here's the thing.
Steroids is what that is.
Yes, but when you look at these chickens now, they don't even look real. Like some of the parts be looking real suspect. It's like, what is that? What part of the chicken is that? So we don't know what's in anything. The vegetables that they go and spray, on these farms and things like that. What are they spraying? What is this stuff? First of all, the vegetables and stuff. Just think about this. When we go and buy, lettuce and tomatoes and all that stuff, why does it go bad so quickly? What are they putting in this stuff that, you got to hurry up and eat it? Otherwise, if you wait 2 days, it's brown. It's like, what's being put in our food? We have to grow our own stuff. And if we don't grow it, we don't know what's going to be put in it. We don't know because they're injecting things to make stuff look bigger. They are creating eggs. How do you create eggs without chickens? That, you know what I'm saying? They are injecting something that's making eggs pop up and pop out and grow. And I'm gonna tell you this: boiling some eggs. Why is it these? Used to be you get a nice little white outside of the egg, right? White outside and nice yellow yolk. This stuff be looking weird. It's brownish gray. What's in those eggs? I don't know,
I
but
always see the gray part. I've been seeing the gray part.
Well, I'm not talking about the gray on the outside. I'm talking about the egg. The white of the egg is grayish, brownish.
Have it stopped you from eating boiled egg?
No, but you know what it's doing? I'm having to cut all this extra stuff. By the time I'm done, I got half the egg to put in the salad. I mean, what is being put in all of this stuff, all of our foods? And is anybody out there growing their own things? Because that's what needs to happen. We really have to start doing that because, I mean, we just don't know what we're getting.
You really gonna do that?
No, but somebody in the family can somebody do that and let us know. And so, shout out to my brother-in-law Norris. He brings us fresh watermelon and cucumbers and
It's a community effort. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I'm pretty sure you came from that era where I know where I grew up on the South Side, everybody was growing something, and on Saturdays, people would meet up and trade out food, trade out vegetables,
mhm.
out of their garden. But it's a community effort,
Yeah.
and you just said straight up no as far as your involvement in the community effort.
I mean, you asked if I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I
I
am.
mean, I'm just saying at the same time, it's like, okay, we need to do something, but it's
We
like,
do.
okay, you're gonna do something. Nah, I ain't.
I mean,
I mean, come on, man.
I'm no. Listen. I know that I'm not a
Yeah.
green thumb.
You
Okay,
know, like
I'm
you
not.
said, make a like a community farm, and that's exactly what was going on. I'm sure there were other neighborhoods. I just know from me growing up on the south side of Fort Worth, I grew up. My grandma was on Baltimore Avenue, and over there on Baltimore, she had a garden, had all kind of stuff back there. But on Saturdays, people was going from house to house, and you bring some stuff, and you pick
Trade
up
off
some
with somebody
stuff.
else. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So
mean that shout out to the people who are doing that, who are, what I'm saying, able to do that, then that's great because it needs to happen. And you know what? Here's the thing. It's gonna get down to where, there's gonna be very little in the grocery stores. Okay. It's just gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and we're gonna need that. And so I will venture to say that, have somebody in the family, because let's just be honest, everybody's
somebody in the
not gonna do it.
family, you got to have somebody in your household. It ain't even somebody in your family, somebody
Well,
in your house. Because if you got a yard, you need to have a garden.
okay.
That's just bottom line. If you got a yard, you need to have a garden.
Okay. So hopefully somebody in the family will
No, in
come
this
over here.
house, you need to
What?
come. I mean, you doing all the big talk
Listen, I'm knowing what needs to happen, but
in the
I
household. It's not in the family.
I know my gift.
No, it's not about a gift. You're gonna have to
You
develop a
gotta
gift. You're gonna have to develop something. You're gonna have to look at the internet is a big place. They got Google and everything.
Okay, so here's the thing. So maybe what we'll do is we'll get Norris to come over here and start a garden for us, and we'll watch it.
You can maintain it. You still
Yeah,
get
that we
yeah,
can watch.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
we got to start somewhere. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think that we need to,
And that's the key
you say
word.
every household, right?
Every household.
Every household
Yes.
is going to have their own garden. Now we would just be on vegetables.
It don't matter.
So I'm just saying we can't do chickens and stuff.
It don't matter. I mean, whatever it is, you trade it out. The thing is, no, you don't have to do chickens and stuff. Now, to be honest with you, we live out here by some places that are still rural out here. We still less than 2 miles away from people who have farms.
Okay.
And it's a trade out type of situation. No, you don't have to raise chickens. You can't raise chickens in this neighborhood. I'm pretty sure neighborhood association will get on you. But as far as a garden, you can
Mhm.
grow things in a garden. And I'm just saying that's why I'm remaining mum on the situation. I'm not even gonna jump in on. That's one thing that I've learned about social media and this whole thing, this whole situation. I ain't even gonna speak on it unless I'm gonna get involved. I ain't saying I'm not gonna get involved. I ain't saying I
Well,
am gonna
but
get
don't you
involved.
think that if we had Norris to come over here and say, hey, look, do this and y'all do this
And
every
we'll
day, and
maintain it.
that we'll maintain it.
I'm barely maintaining the kids that's running around this house.
Okay, so there you have it. So yeah,
But this ain't my documentary. This is your documentary.
wait a minute.
I'm
I
just
just
saying,
said, well, I
if you're gonna
said,
put out a call to action, and that's what you basically did, you
I
gotta be
think
about that action.
I think that I didn't say
You
it.
can't be thinking, you gotta
Listen,
do.
I said the family. You said no per household.
Yeah.
I
You
said,
can't be living off of what
wait.
Nara's doing
I
over there.
said, hey, Norris grow, but he already bring it over here. We
I
just
know, but you gotta have
go
something to trade out with him. Like make this thing efficient. You can't be a straight up consumer.
there. Okay. I mean, I can do some alterations and then trade
No,
off.
no
Huh?
alteration gonna feed nobody.
Well, we're gonna have to figure out what we can do out of this house. Like,
You're gonna have
what
to
could
figure
we grow?
something. Hey, you the one making the statements. I'm finna go to
Well,
McDonald's and get me some French fries. You the one making these statements. So just
listen, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't know
and
what
like she's
we don't have
okay,
a green
like
thumb.
Militia said, just start. Do that. Just start. Learn as you go. That's exactly what Norris did.
Yeah.
He ain't do nothing. He used Google. He Googled, as far as how to take care of his stuff,
Mhm.
what seeds to pick up, all that. That's what you gotta do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you talking about yeah.
I mean, I think that's great.
It should be great enough for you to get involved. That's what you get when you run on these shows.
What?
You
I
can't
no,
you
but
can't
see,
come and
but
run on the
here's the
show talking about what we
thing.
need to do, and you don't want to do it
But
yourself.
here's the thing. I said that I think that somebody in the family should do that.
That ain't how this
Is
works.
what I'm saying. You
That
said
ain't
per
how this.
household.
That ain't how this works.
I feel like if your family, all the family, family is family. I feel like if we was out of watermelon, nurse would be like, "Come over and get some of this watermelon."
Okay, but we ought to have something we can take back over there.
Okay, fine. So
You
maybe
can't
we can
be
grow some
all
potatoes.
takers. You can't be all takers. What you need to do is just Google some of the easiest stuff to maintain, the easiest stuff to grow, and grow that.
Am I doing this by myself?
Yeah, you're doing it. You
What
don't
the
want doing
heck?
it. You doing all the talking. I told you.
Well,
I just told you where I'm headed.
well, then maybe we
I ain't
need to
finna.
grow some
I'm sorry,
potatoes so
and
you
I'm
can grow some
sorry.
French fries. Because what are
No,
we doing right
no,
now?
no, no. I get mine already cooked. They already cooked.
What is going on?
You the
Listen.
one
I
that
said in
came
the
on this
You
show.
know what? Let me see which one of the family members is who else. Somebody else in the family got to be doing
You better
something.
talk to my mom is here. You might want to ask her, but she's not good for right now. She can't even move around. See,
Right.
you talking about moving around. I'm talking about you got to have your own stash at the house of something.
Lord. Okay, we're just gonna grow some beans. Fine.
It don't matter. Grow something.
Fine. Fine. Read the comments, Lord.
I don't know how to read. Oof. His daughter wrote a novel on it. She said, "Mama, it's all true though. Population control. It definitely puts stuff in our food. Then when people decide to do better and start consuming more fruits and veggies, they started spraying that stuff." Melissa said, "It look like she give you some suggestions: kale, cucumbers, tomatoes, basil." Mr. Dean Manuscript, what's up, Rip? He said, "You doing all the talking." And that's true. You do it all the time, and that's one thing that you have to learn about this whole social media, this whole podcast situation. If you're going to talk about it and sound like you're convicted about it, you
What
need to
I
get involved.
said
Be the
was
change. Be the change.
I get it. But what I said was because I know myself. I didn't say, you know what, husband, let's go out here and start a garden. I did not say that.
No, you didn't say that.
I said somebody in the family, let's get a garden going. You know what I'm saying?
That ain't how that works. What if Norris don't make it over here?
We can get over
As a
there.
matter of fact, what if his crop just go bad?
So that somebody else in the family needs to also be doing that.
Be the change. That's the bottom line. Be the change. If you're gonna talk about it, be about it.
Okay.
You
Well,
can't get around that, homie.
listen. From the person who's saying that they finna go to McDonald's and get some French fries, whatever. Because I didn't say I was.
I ain't gonna make
anything.
y'all no promises. I'm sorry, I ain't making you no promises. There may come a time. There may come a time when I get involved, and I ain't gonna lie. There may come a time, and it might be real soon. But I ain't finna just sit here. I'm not here. She's speaking on this on her behalf over here. I'm headed to McDonald's. That's just what that is.
Oh my gosh.
What we got? Vanessa said we need to win this lottery so we can have time to pay somebody to start and maintain a garden.
Okay.
Good luck on that lottery situation, man.
Okay. Yes.
Man, look, I done told y'all how it's going. And like I said, man, if you want to talk about it, you got to be about it.
I mean,
And
I
look, you
think
got a daughter. You got a daughter that practice vegan. Is it vegan, vegetarian? I don't know
they're
which one of
vegan.
them.
They're vegan.
Okay. So you got matter of fact, you got a daughter and a son, right?
Yes.
All of your resources is right there.
But neither of them grow anything. They
That's not
don't
right.
grow
That's not
the
right.
vegan
That's all
food.
right. They can set you on the right path.
Lord.
I mean, see, all of a sudden when it's time to do action, you see you're doing all the talking. But when it's
See,
time to make moves,
no, that is not the case. You know what? You have to know what your gift is. That's all I'm saying. My thing is this: if somebody buy me a plant or some flowers or something, in 2 days they dead. All I'm saying is, I know I don't have a green thumb. Yes, I'm sure I could Google it and figure it out, this, that, and the third. But I say for those who already know that you have that gift to grow a great garden, let's do it.
what you have just heard is something from somebody who genuinely doesn't care. This
What?
wasn't nothing but a headline. I just want y'all to know that. Because if you genuinely care, you would actually take steps, towards what you're talking about. So we are looking at somebody right now who just wanted to put up a headline. And it made a great headline. up until it was time to put some action behind the word.
Listen, I never said that I was gonna go out here and start a garden. I mean, I gotta be real about it. Just like you being real about going to McDonald's and buying some French
You're right
fries.
about that. You're right
I didn't
about
say I'm
that.
gonna go out here. I said I think somebody should. The people who are good at that, who are gifted, you know what I'm saying? That is great, and I applaud you.
If it is to be, it is up to me.
You
You have to be the change that you want to see in all these people that you're talking to.
then how about this? How about we be the change? How
Who's
about
we?
you and I do this?
I told you where I'm going.
No. How about you and I? What happens when McDonald's don't sell no more fries?
Which, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Well, I don't have a problem right now. I will talk about that when we get here. I didn't jump on this show talking about being a vegan. I didn't talk about being a vegetarian. None of
I
that
didn't
stuff.
say I was gonna do that
You
either.
said you don't know what's in the food. You're talking like the food gonna
Yeah,
drop us dead right here. If
listen.
it's gonna drop you dead
Do
right
you
here,
do you
why are you
disagree?
eating death?
I mean, I saw this on a video. Listen, I saw this on. I'm gonna
I
show you
know.
the video
I don't care.
because when you
I
see how they
don't.
are plumping up these
I done
chickens
already watched
and
What the Health. I
spraying
done
all
already
this,
watched Poison. All of that stuff right there. I am 50 years into my carnivorous journey. I am not turning around. What the man said was it James Cleveland? I came too far to give up now. I come too far from where I started from.
oh my
That is
God,
me right there.
Lord,
My carnivorous journey will go on. Now, maybe my kids will, like your kids, the next generation. Hey, they doing their thing. This generation right here, 50 years in, say man, where's the beef?
oh my gosh, Lord. Okay.
Alicia said we have to learn. It's gonna come down to us doing that. Just AD, what's going on? What's going on with you, buddy? What's going on? C said plant them potatoes. Plant them taters. Uh, well, I think we're in shock mood. She said, "Oh my God, I don't know what part." Scrap, DJ Scrap, what's going on with you, man? No, you're not too late. We're about almost halfway through. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm 50 years into my carnivorous journey, man. I ain't know what to say.
Oh my gosh. So what he's saying is, after 50 years, he ain't changing how he eating. Period.
I ain't saying that.
You not.
I
What you
ain't
saying?
saying that. I'm saying that may come a point one day, but I ain't making no promises, and I'm not finna tell people how to eat. I'm not. I ain't finna tell. I mean, I don't know what's being put in the food. I can't tell you. It do taste different, but it ain't stopped me from eating it. Put me a little seasoning on it, and I'm good to go. Just as he said, she love her rabbit food. She's good. Michael Barrington, what's good with you, man? Scrap said, "What's the topic? So I can throw my country on it." Okay. We're talking about food, and we're talking about how toxic this food is nowadays, and the fact that we need to try to move over into veganism, vegetarian situations like that. Grow our own food. We were talking about how in the communities back in the day when we were growing up, how communities they were growing their own food and trading it out with each other. So, and my wife was saying that we need to get back to that. Not her, but all of y'all
I did not say
need to
it
get
like
back.
that. I
She
didn't
said
say it
all of
like
y'all
that.
need to get
I
back
did
to it.
not.
She was just saying, as far as you don't know, how you get when you look at the Netflix special or you find somebody, you look at TikTok, you find something out, and you want to inform everybody. You don't necessarily want to make a change in the mirror, but you just want to inform everybody about what should be done. And that's basically what we're looking at here. That's supposed to be.
I mean, what I'm saying is, they're doing so much to our food now. Things like just the food that you go and buy, the vegetables, the stuff we go get, and I know we don't. Well, I'm gonna say this. I know the side of town, that you live on will determine how good your vegetables and your produce is in the neighborhoods. That part I do know. If you are in the white settlements and the what's the more upscale neighborhoods.
River Oaks.
Yeah, River Oaks and all that. Your grocery stores are gonna have some really good produce. But over here and some other parts of town, let's say we go and get a bag of, salad, lettuce, or whatever, and you gotta eat it in 2 days. Otherwise it starts turning brown. Now, what is that about? Tomatoes turn, they go bad quickly. Everything does. What are they putting in our food over here that is different over,
Maybe
across
they took
town?
away the preservatives. I don't know. They used to talk about the preservatives being in the food, so I guess they took away the preservatives, and now the food go bad now because they ain't no preservatives.
Well,
I don't,
whatever they're doing is happening.
I don't know. I don't know. Scrap said everything you eat nowadays is no good for you. Chantel said she just had Panda Express, and she said I swear it had rats,
Oh,
and that chicken looked funny.
oh gosh.
I mean,
Well,
the Chinese food. I've always been leery of Chinese food. I ain't big on that at all. I
wow.
eat that probably. I probably eat Chinese food once, maybe twice a year, maybe.
Yeah.
Scrap said there's really no such thing as healthy food, whether you grow them or not. Don't matter, grow them or not.
What do you say?
Ain't no such thing as healthy food.
Oh, whether you grow what?
Food. You say
Oh,
even
really?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He probably got some more information for you. At
Okay.
least they don't get it in the bags. Don't get the lettuce in the bags.
Okay.
So, I don't
Okay.
know.
Maybe that could be the difference.
Scott said he worked in plenty of food processing plants, and even the seeds you get are chemically induced.
Oh my goodness, Lord, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
What am I going? I'm headed to McDonald's.
I'm saying, what are we as a people gonna do as far as he's saying that the seeds are even, contaminated.
I mean,
So
I can see the seeds being, genetically, biogenetically engineered. I can definitely see that.
yeah,
I can definitely see that.
wow,
And what you probably have to link up with somebody who has a farm, somebody who's already growing something, and probably have to get seeds from them.
hmm, okay. So
But
that's different seeds. So I
I
I
mean, you
thought
could pick up seeds from the feed store. You can pick up seeds, but you don't know what process has been
right,
going through.
right,
But if you go straight to the source,
hmm,
and well, that's one thing that we have done. We done lost in touch. We've lost to touch with all those other people, all the country people, all the places we used to go in the summertime. Almost everybody in Texas. If you lived in Texas, you had a granny, aunt, somebody who lived out in the country, and they lived off the land. You know what I'm saying? They went to a well for some water. They had chickens they killed, whole 9 yards. But a lot of us have lost touch, you know,
yeah,
with that side of our family, or they died off. And, you sold the land, whatever the case. So we
right,
don't moved away from agriculture, just to
right,
be honest.
right, right. I mean, at the end of the day, if when you talk about that, is the way we live today is completely different. The way we used to wash our clothes is different. Like, you know, we used to
DJ
wash our
Scrap
clothes
said,
outside.
DJ Scrap said the only thing you can do is to continue to bless your food
Oh my
and hope
gosh.
for the best.
Wow. That's all we got, sir? Wow.
He went MC Hammer. He said you got to pray.
Oh my goodness. So we can make it
See,
today.
make it
Is that a good,
today.
yeah.
You got to
Look.
pray so you can eat today.
Ay, ay, ay.
So I said, pray and eat. Make good choices.
Well,
Alicia said, yeah, we lost touch with nature altogether. Now, yeah, we did.
yeah,
We did.
yeah.
She said, yeah, when she was a kid, there used to be people selling fresh watermelons on the corner. Even they hard to find now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can find them every now. I saw somebody selling some watermelons. I was coming from Euless, was it? I think
Yeah.
it was. I was coming from Euless, and it was a back road back there,
Mm-hmm.
Greenbelt, all that stuff back there in
Right.
Arlington. And there was somebody back there selling
Right.
watermelons.
Right. Speaking of watermelons, are y'all familiar with the yellow meat watermelon? Have you ever had that? Because I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I see where people rant and rave about a yellow meat, and I'm just like,
They are. I mean, to me, it's still about how you grow it.
mm,
You know, it's gonna be sweet or it's not. It's
yeah,
just. On Scrap says you got to get the seeds and keep using the same ones until you dilute the chemicals away.
oh, wow,
Alicia say just praying is not gonna do it
oh
alone.
my goodness.
Amen.
Say faith without works.
He was dead.
Oh my goodness. Well, and there you have it. All right. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. So listen, um, so there is a conversation that people are having these days that seems to be, a big deal in, I'm gonna say on social media because it's something that somebody said this about it. People are giving different comments. So I think the young lady name is Brittany. What's her name?
Oh Lord, Renner.
Yes.
Oh, done about the bodies.
Yes. Yes. So Brittany Renner made a comment about
How many bodies she
having
got? Well, she had
her
36, right?
her body count was 35, she
35.
said.
And she's 35, 36 years old herself.
Right. Right. And so that with that, people went off and were saying all kind of stuff about her, blah blah
I
blah
don't
blah
know how. That's a
blah.
low number. She lied anyway.
I mean,
That's
and she
probably in a
probably
year.
she probably just said, you know what, I'm 35 years old, so I'm just gonna say 35. At the end of the day,
That's her yearly count. Stop lying. Go
huh?
ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm just saying, because people, that are making a big deal about it. First of all, now, just to be real about it, if you think about, somebody made a point saying, well, just think about the if you spent 4 years in college, you probably did 35 years in just college alone. You know what I'm saying? If you think about, you know, five, six, seven people a year or whatever. I mean, if you were single and, trying to have all your fun,
I'm glad I ain't go to college then.
hey, I'm just saying. And so, but why is it? Here's the biggest question: why is it such a big deal when a woman says, "Hey, 35," but a man is like, 45, and it's okay. Nobody even say nothing about, the man having
Yeah, they do.
like, hmm?
It's a new day. They do say something now.
Oh, so now men's body count is a thing.
But men and women's body count is a thing. I mean, it shouldn't be a thing for anybody over 30 years old.
Right.
When you hit a point when you grown, like who the hell keep a count? And why should it even matter? Like by the time you hit about 30, it ain't a whole lot of 30 and 40-year-old virgins running around here. So at this point, yeah, you done did some sleeping with some folks. You done did some smashing. As far as the numbers, who cares? I don't know. Who cares?
I mean, apparently the people out there in the single streets, they care.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's just something that I think it's just something for guys to hold over girls' heads.
Mm.
For me, we got this whole accountability thing about holding women accountable, and I think that's what men are using nowadays as a weapon against women. Because you got this whole, I'm calling it the women's empowerment period, women's liberation period. This whole period where y'all are doing what we do, and I think men are using the word and the idea of accountability as their weapon against, women's liberation, against women's empowerment, against what women are doing now. Because now, just like in the 90s when men could do what they want to do, sleep with who they want to sleep with, still be cool, it's a cool thing. Now it's women that's doing that whole thing and, calling us derogatory names and all. The script done flipped and we ain't taking it well.
Right.
So we're using whatever we can to try to put y'all in y'all place. So that's just one of those things that we're gonna use. Like I said, it's just men are in this accountability mode, they want to hold women accountable. That's women. We say that y'all lack accountability, but to be honest with you, we still do too. But I ain't gonna get into all of that. What? Yeah, that's our weapon against y'all in y'all whole liberation period right now. Y'all doing too much.
See,
we gotta hold y'all in check. Scrap said, "All I know is that thing's supposed to snap back into place."
Oh gosh.
Man, Dean Manuscript said facts. I don't know what facts. I don't know.
The comment that the scrap made.
What? It's supposed to snap back into place. What, man? No. I think the older you get, it ain't just going. And I don't even know about it snapping back in place. It's gonna get old. Just like a car. It's just gonna get old. You know what I'm saying? Like the oil ain't gonna be as slick as it used to be. It's just not. It's just not. That's how I go. It's 2023, so you're gonna mess around and catch the blue waffle. Oh Jesus! Keep on. Lisa said, men and women both. We better recognize what we are really doing. Soul ties, semen demons. Wow. It's more than penetration. It's exchanging energy, thoughts, DNA, downloading all of what a person is inside of you.
And you know what? The thing is about that, what Melissa is saying is, listen, let's go back to them hot dogs that's got 2% human DNA in there.
2% of
So,
them have a DNA
oh,
in there. We're gonna word that
okay,
right.
whatever. 2% of hot dogs have DNA, and you're mixing DNA from, you know what I'm saying? So you never know what you got. Like we got, it's all kind of stuff going on. When you mix the DNA from the hot dogs,
Oh, you just reached way. Oh man.
that's a lot of DNA. That's all I'm saying. But here's the thing, you know, when you think about this couple with, you know, then Tyler Perry had made that comment about, you know, women, look, you know, y'all making all this money. If men can pay the light bill, then you need to just take him. And so it just seems like it's a back and forth. You know, it seemed like a
Yes.
war of
It is a war.
the sexes.
Yeah, it's a battle of the sexes. It is. It's war. I mean, it's at least nationwide
Yeah.
because everybody got a platform. Now we got social media. Everybody has a platform, so everybody can say what they want to say as
Right.
far as the situation.
Right.
And nobody's innocent. Women talk bad about the dudes. Dudes talk bad about the women.
Right.
Nobody's innocent at
Right.
all. Just
Right.
said he said just like polygamy. If we could have two wives, and she could have two husbands. He says it's make it even across the board. I believe in that. If I mean that ain't really my thing. I don't got the energy nor the patience for two wives or none of that. So it won't be going down
But
over
of
there.
course, the men who are okay with the whole polygamy thing or whatever, most times, most of those people that you see, they're not okay with the woman. You know what I'm saying? If they are okay with, you know, I'm going to have seven
Mm.
wives and seven houses and all this, whatever, they are not okay with the woman having multiple husbands. Most of them are not okay with that.
Mm.
So I don't know if that's a religion or what, you know, the ones that do in there, like a religion that they, you know, have that and it's allowed or something.
I don't know. That's a belief system more than
Oh, okay, a
anything.
belief. Okay,
You
okay.
just grab said she better get some slick 50 for high mileage.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
the manuscript said old or not, it still needs to crank and run. Alicia said that's why it is good to fast. Clean that body out. Abstain from putting anything in. Oh, okay. Scrap said that's the problem. Social media has everyone thinking that they are innocent. I think social media have everybody thinking that they're a victim. You
Hmm.
know, and it gives you somebody to relate to. Once you see somebody with the same gripe you got, you're going to jump on there and comment on their brother. Yeah, I know. Facts. 100. Say it again for the people in the back. So, it's everybody jump on that bandwagon. It's almost like, for example, man, one of the biggest ones are the all men cheat one. A woman could put all men cheat, and boy, the bandwagon, everybody going to sure do. Have you met all men though? You haven't met all men. All men that you encounter cheat. All men that you deal with cheat. So maybe look at where you go.
But you know what? I think that is a thing that for whatever reason it caught fire and lit and spread, because I hear even men say that. You know what I'm saying? Like they say it as if it's a saying. So I think that that's not something that.
But all men, they don't know me.
Well, no, I'm just saying that is something that
That's
has just been said.
it's an asinine statement. It's an ignorant statement. It's if it may not be asinine, but it's definitely ignorant because ignorance means to not know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody can say when you say all can include 100%. I don't think, because
So
you,
that's
you
why
don't
you
know
can't.
everybody.
That's why it's an ignorant statement to say all.
Yeah.
Bottom line, at the end of the day, technically, when you say all, you mean all. That's
Right.
all
Right.
100% encompassing.
Right.
So when you say something like all regarding any group of people,
Right.
it's out of ignorance
Yeah.
because you just don't know all.
This is true. This is true.
He said so true. She used to watch a show called Sister Wives. And when the show started, he had 4 wives. Now he's down to one, and only 2 of them still talk.
Right.
Brad said, if you notice, kids nowadays don't even leave out the house. They don't know how to socialize, and therefore they pour it out on social media. Yeah. Like I said, been not come out my husband's mouth. This is. I
Mm.
mean, I think some guys use it as as their reason to continue to cheat. It's like we cheat. That's what we do. Guys cheat.
Right. Right.
But you can say that. You can say guys cheat. Just don't say all guys cheat. You know.
Right. I
You,
mean,
you can even say we cheat. If that's what you and your people do.
right.
But you just can't use a statement like all.
Yeah. I mean, I just think it's one of those statements that somebody said it and they just talk fire.
I need to put that fire out.
Yeah.
That's a false narrative.
Speaking of people who cheat, so Bill Cosby has another lawsuit. Somebody coming from 1972 said that Bill Cosby raped them in 1972.
Oh, that hell, man. That was 50 years ago.
Right. Now, why do they keep pulling this man up? He is way too old to even. What do they want? Is this a money grab? Do people feel like, okay, well, somebody got paid for it or whatever? Because did the women win money from those lawsuits from him?
They might have got some hush money. Who knows?
I mean, I know he did sometime. And I'm just wondering, did somebody get some money? Because why are you still bringing this up? 50 years ago, man? Come
I don't
on.
know what Bill Cosby was up to. I don't know what he was going to buy. I don't know what kind of power that he was going to come up on. But they're just making sure whatever he was scheming on, he don't get to get it. They will
He
talk
can't
about
barely
him.
see right now.
I mean, they was talk about him, getting. I mean, you don't have to see to own stuff.
Oh, he's still trying to buy some?
No, probably not now. They was talking about him, looking
Right,
for
some years
ownership
ago.
in
Right,
NBC or
NBC.
whatever the
Yeah.
case. And to me, it's mighty funny. He lost his sight when he started getting into these issues or whatever the case. And to me, that was just a plot to get out of jail. Same thing R. Kelly did.
Oh, you think it's him?
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
I mean, that he was like, I can't see.
Yeah. I mean, you if you notice when people are headed to jail, go to jail, been in jail, you come up with reasons why you can't be in here.
What is R. Kelly saying?
R. Kelly, I can't remember the stuff he had going on, but there were reasons why, but it don't matter. They was gonna bury
Oh, that
him.
was prior to him going.
No, why he was in jail.
Oh.
And they made some pleas. His lawyers made some cases or whatever as far as why he shouldn't be in jail.
Oh.
They don't give a damn. He's staying in there. Tory Lane.
Yeah.
They say they made some cases as far as him being, in jail. He needs to get out or whatever. They
Right.
denied his stuff too. He ain't get out. So, Bill Cosby, he just old as rocks. And they figure, hey, we're gonna let this boy live his last couple, 2-3 hours out.
Man.
But as far as man, he about as blind as he always been.
I mean, I don't think that. But my thing is these women that's coming out of the woodworks with this 50 years ago. Like what? I mean, okay. So my question is this: do you think that something can affect somebody for 50 years that you still got? You know what I'm saying? A mental issue or something?
I think it can. I'd rather not even touch something like that. I can't relate to somebody who's been sexually assaulted. I can't.
Well,
like that.
okay. So let's take it off of that. Do you think that, because I feel like if that is, that's the problem. At some point you should have said, I need some therapy. Right?
Mm-mm.
No?
No, everybody don't look at it like that.
Hmm. But
I mean,
there's
even if you do say I need some therapy, it ain't like you're gonna go. Let me see what we looking at here. I'm working on 3 years. My sister been on 3 years. I know good and well I need some therapy. How many sessions I've been to?
right.
So no, you really
Okay.
can't judge somebody. That's their life.
So what you're saying is even after 50 years, she could still have this issue
Yeah,
and it could be
you
plaguing
can
her.
you cannot judge somebody's trauma.
I mean, I agree because I know everybody deal with stuff in their own time. I get it. But I just feel like if you know something like that, if you know, look, I got, sexually assaulted, whatever the case may be, 50 years ago, it's got to be doing something to your
First of
relationships or something.
well, it could be doing something. And you don't know how long the person been married. You don't know how many relationships they've been in and out of, stuff like that. And they may have some receipts to show that.
Mhm.
They might show that they've been in and out of relationships. But you got to think about it. If it was 72, probably 20 or 30 of them years, you don't win by coming out.
Hmm.
You don't, you know what I'm saying? Before Me Too only been around. It's been around less than 10, 15 years.
Right.
So 30 or 40 of those years, you don't benefit from coming out.
Okay. So
You
she
could get
probably held it,
right.
held
You
it
could
in.
get buried, you know what I'm saying, from coming out,
Hmm.
Around the 72, way before social media, hell, you fool around and disappear for
Yeah.
not coming out. And no won't nobody have a second thought because there was no social media to connect us all.
Yeah.
It's just like, where did Susie go?
Hmm.
So you got to take that into account as well.
Right.
I just, for me, you just can't put a time limit on trauma. You can't put a time limit on nobody's trauma.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't think that it would just go away. I'm just saying I feel like, okay, after 30 years or something, you see it's still affecting you, then, you know, let's try to get some help.
It's not that simple. And to me, it's insensitive to even say something like that.
To say that
They
you
need to
maybe
go and get some help. Like they may be embarrassed. You don't know what their situation is as far as why they have not
well,
gone
so
and
here's
sought
the
out help.
thing, because they're coming out now and saying, hey, this is what happened to me, how is that going to help them?
It might help them mentally.
Mm.
It might help them mentally as far as living out their truth. It's not unusual for somebody to tell the truth on their deathbed or for somebody to tell the truth in their older years. Because at that point, you don't care what nobody thinks.
Right.
You're just trying to get this thing off of you. You know what I'm saying? If you've been holding it for that long, it might have been a burden.
Mm-hmm.
And you might be like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm gonna let it go.
Right. Right. I think just like the situation with that whole the Kirk Franklin thing, and he just now finding out after all this time. I think he said he's 53 now,
Mm.
and that who his dad is, right? Who and the dad has been in the neighborhood, that he's been essentially like down the street around the corner from his dad all this time, but did not know. And there's something that's making his mom feel like she don't want to admit to that. So, it's like, is that some kind of trauma or something? It just makes me wonder if it's something behind that. But I would imagine that him, having gone through all of what he did and still having trauma because of not knowing who his dad is, I wonder if, well, he did. I think he did do some type of therapy or something.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he did some therapy because he went through porn addiction or something. I mean,
Right,
he's been through his share of therapy.
right, right. But it still affects him clearly. Um, do you think that that is something that you would maybe need to do?
What?
In regards to your
My sister?
relationship with your dad.
Mm, I don't know. I don't know.
Do you feel any effects of that?
Yeah, I feel the effects of it. Heck yeah. You're gonna feel the effects of not having a father figure or not having your father around. You're gonna feel the effects of it. You learn to live with it though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that it adversely affects me anymore. Maybe when I was a kid, it affected my esteem, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted, um, what was wrong with me, and he couldn't be around. And it wasn't really about me, but it was just from my vantage point. It's like, what did I do to make this thing that I want to be around?
Mm.
So, it could be some stuff, but I don't know. Uh, for me, you just got to deal with it. You got to move on.
Mm.
Like, still, I got a whole life. I cannot be worried about why this dude didn't want to fool with me.
Well,
I'm not trying to be worried about that. I got a whole life to lead. Not only that, but I got my own kids.
right,
So from what I experienced with him, I have to make sure that they don't feel what I felt.
right. Look, it's some comments. We would catch up on that.
Uh, Grab said, 50 years later, bro, I don't think you will be looking for money after 50 years. And that's what I'm saying. You will be looking for some closure or something like that after 50 years. But I don't know. And one part of me say that, but another part of me say, man, they just trying to bury Cosby where he can't make now move. He can't do nothing but just lay out and pass on. Just enjoy the rest of his life and pass on. As far as ownership and power struggles and things like that, don't even get involved. Alicia said it. He said he went through a lot. He is still getting therapy. That's probably what Kirk.
Correct. Yeah.
Uh, that's what he said he did. I remember him on Oprah when he mentioned that he was molested by his uncle too.
Mm.
Uh, Scott said you really do. I guess he's saying I really do need some therapy. He said I'm long past hating mine. I just promised myself I would be a father to mine. And that's pretty much where I'm at with it. I don't hold nothing against my dad. I mean, we talk every now and again. The most difficult part with my father would probably be incorporating him into my everyday life. It's hard to do that because I got used to him not being a part of my everyday life. So it's just, it's hard for me to remember birthdays, his birthday or whatever the case. And that's just, I had to put that to the back. I don't have time to be worried about that, man. I don't know. I don't know if you need therapy. I don't know if I necessarily need therapy. I didn't compartmentalize that situation, and I'm so cool with it. Like I ain't mad. I ain't tripping. I don't hold no grudges or nothing. I just try to be better shoot than he was. That's it. And as far as me, I try to be better than I was yesterday. And that's just how I go. Everybody gonna go through something in life. It's to me what defines you is how you get out, how you get past that. Whether it's no father, whether it be abusive father, whatever the case. I can't tell you how to get past an abusive father because the nigga wasn't even around to be abusive. But that's for somebody else to get past. And we all gonna have our struggle, and it's how you get past that struggle. It's how you excel in spite of that struggle that defines you.
Right.
That's pretty much the way I see it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing how it does, your relationship that you have, with the absent parent or whatever. It can affect you, greatly. I realized that I did grow up with a stepdad, but even I still could feel that the non-connection with my real dad, you know the fact that I guess initially he tried to have us around, but you could feel it felt so forced. You know what I'm saying?
The real
Like,
dad,
uh-huh, like he
that
would
would
come and
probably
get
bother
us.
me.
Huh?
That would bother me.
What?
If my real dad, if it's not my real dad, it was forced. You know what I'm saying? If it was a forced situation.
Well, it felt forced, because yeah, he came and got us, or whatever, and we were there, but I think I looked too much like my mom, and so my stepmom wasn't crazy about me. So, I could, what I'm saying? I could feel that. And then there was one point it just seemed like it was just a drop off. And, like it was not that connection anymore.
That would,
Um,
that would,
I think it affected me, you know, in just how I viewed men. Um, I did have, I probably should have had some therapy.
So Jill said, yep, her too. She said he wasn't there, so it was easy not to see or talk to him daily. Not mad at him though. And that's pretty much where I am. It's like he just wasn't there. And you just get used to him not being there,
Mhm.
you know. Um I just you just can't get caught up because you start talking about what could have been and all this other. It's like it is what it is. Your life is what it is today. There ain't no use in trying to think about what could have been. And if he'd have been there, it is. I don't already been through that whole thing. If he'd have been there, maybe he could have told me. Maybe I would have went this route. Whatever. Man, life is what it is, and it's just what it is. It could have been worse, but I'm here today to talk about it. So it's got to be something positive out of it.
Yeah. I mean, but at the end of the day, the thing is, when you're a kid and you're going through that, it feels so different.
It does feel different. It does feel
So
different.
once you get grown and you're past it, then you look back and say, you know what, I went through this, but I made it through and I'm good. But when you're a kid and you're in the middle of it, then it's like, you know what,
Oh,
this
I
ain't
cried. I
what
was
it
down
is.
on myself.
Right.
My self esteem was low. Um, you know, I didn't really. My uncle, I appreciate him for trying to be a male figure, but I didn't really have a big time male figure that I looked up to, pushing me or telling me, "Hey, I'm proud of you. Hey, you could do anything you want to do." Just little affirmations.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah, and none of that stuff. So it left me wondering. On the whole flip side of it, it's like, what was wrong with me then?
Yeah.
You know, what was I doing wrong? Was I ugly? It's like
Yeah.
what made him not want to be around?
Yeah.
DJ Scrap said he don't even try to reach out to his anymore. He said, I don't know my dad's birthday. I
Wow.
don't really care to know. He said, I'm 51 and I learned to be a man on my own. Trial and error. That pretty much my story too, man. It's pretty much a trial and error type of situation. Um, I talked to my dad, let him know what's going on, you know, let him know I messed up. But yeah, it was a trial and error. It was a trial and error thing. And then so my dad's a pastor, I'm a preacher now. So a lot of his stuff was, kind of preaching and religious based. But at first I was like, where was all this at? When I was growing up,
25 years ago.
yeah. All of a sudden, now I'm grown and I want to do what you was doing whenever you wasn't coming to see me,
Mm.
but you spitting spirits, you spitting Bible verses at me. It's like you done already lived your life. You done, you know what I'm saying? You done got tired, so you go sit on the bench. You telling me to come sit on the bench with you. It's my time to play.
Mm.
Like you did. You know what I'm saying? But all you got is Bible verses. So for a little bit I was kind of, you know, aggravated about that. It's like, nigga, you gonna wait till you're 105 years old and try to tell me to sit down somewhere like you doing right now, but you enjoyed your life. You got to, what I'm saying, smoke, drink, all the whole nine of yards. And then when you got tired, it's like you telling me slow down quicker than you. No, I want to enjoy this. I want my time just like you had yours.
Mm. Yeah. That's how it is. I mean, you know what? Even that you say that, because I was listening to, I think, Jamal Bryant. He was saying how, we want these kids to, you know, look, stop right now. What you doing? You 18, stop doing what you're doing and come to the Lord. And he was like, but wait a minute, you've been a player for
Right. You
45
ain't come to
years.
the Lord till you was
And then
60.
when you on your deathbed, you like, all right, Lord, here
I'm
I
living. I'm
am.
living for you. I'm living for you. I'm gonna
Right.
tell everybody in the world.
Okay, well, you done did all the dirt you could do, but you want these kids to be 18. Like now you out of high school. Come on. So stop. Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm not trying to say stop, but kids do right, but
I
we
mean,
got we got to be understanding, of
and,
what they
and
dealing
that's
with.
my biggest thing. Even when I, talk about hip hop, and a lot of people look at me crazy, because I don't have a big problem with the hip hop genre. I don't like the messages that it sends, but when I look back, my grandma didn't like the messages it was sending. When I was listening to the music, and all it did
Mhm.
was just grow. And I have to understand that. I always say, if I was these kids' age nowadays, man, I will be a fool. You got social media. You know what I'm saying? It's bigger than just three-way calling. It's bigger than
Right.
just,
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
You got a bigger platform. You could do more. All my
Mhm.
player dreams, my pimp dreams I had when in my 20s. Oh my man, they would have been fulfilled, over fulfilled. So to see what these kids are doing, yeah, I don't like it, but they got tools. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? To
Man.
to do more.
So much bigger because, like you say, social media, the extent of social media back in the day was probably once we got three-way, then you could click somebody in and then like, oh, then
It's
they now
three of
you
y'all.
yeah, y'all talking and sharing.
Ooh.
That's as big as it could get. But man, these kids got a lot against
Look,
them
you
right
could
now.
do a
A
chat
lot.
room. You could have a chat room. And I mean, like I said, yes, Chantel, pimp dreams. Yes, Felicia. Yes, pimp dreams. Oh my God. It take my brothers to tell you, man. I had aspirations and I never had any intention on getting married. So, it's it never came to fruition. I never got pimp of the year, none of that. And here I am 15 years in and I'm not even looking back on that. But like I said, if I had those tools, I know I understand, man. I understand. It's bigger than once again, it's bigger than three-way was just two people on the line,
Right,
man.
right.
As a dude, like you got a whole inbox. You can have 5,000 friends and jump in, you know what I'm saying, 250 inboxes.
Right, right.
Somebody gonna bite.
Hey.
It's like sales. You know what I'm saying? If I convert 2% out of 250,
Oh
that's
my gosh. Okay. Getting hard out here for a pimp. Okay.
Scrap said I knew we had a lot in common.
Oh
Yeah. I
wow.
mean the whole absentee dad thing, um, I'm not gonna say we started that era, but I think it kind of we recognized it as a people. We recognized it. Deadbeat dad's been around since the beginning of time,
Right.
since Bible, since biblical time, before biblical times. But social media kind of brought it out. That kind of bring us together. We can all sit up and talk about our deadbeat dad. And it just kind of in the 80s and the 90s, that to me, that was the whole baby mom and baby daddy era. Instead of when we was growing up in the 80s, if you had a kid, you disappeared. They seen you gonna stay with your auntie, you might be in a whole other state.
Right.
Now you stay and you stick in it and you see baby mamas grow up with a kid. You
Right.
see a 15-year-old grow up with a kid.
Right.
Back in the day, you have a kid at 15 years. Once again, you 15
They
years
sent you
old,
away.
you disappearing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You
Yes.
did not stay at school. You was
You
at
ain't see them no
what was the
more.
school?
Uh,
Uh
life, God, dog.
Ah,
New life, wasn't it?
yeah, new life or
New
something.
life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You go
yeah.
to new life or whatever. And
Right,
you might show up later on, the
right. Later
kid
on, you came
five,
back.
6
Oh,
years
girl,
old.
you did
Yeah.
you have a baby? Yeah. So that's what it
Or,
is.
the auntie take the baby or something like that. So, you have situations to cover it up. Now you just living your truth.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I had a baby at 15 and
Okay.
what? I still pay my
Right.
own bills. I got a car. I'm on fries at
Oh
McDonald's.
my gosh! Wow, wow, wow. Chantel, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Chantel said, nope, I went to new life. Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Mm-hmm. That's what it
like I
was.
said, they snatch you right up out your current environment, man. You go the other way.
Yeah.
Scribe said that was the crack era where the cats was knocking off everything that moved.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
They'll say, what a beautiful wife. Yes, indeed. Yes,
Thank
indeed.
you.
That's the
Thank
whole
you.
reason. That's the reason
Oh my
why I
gosh.
married her.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, well, we done did our overtime.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I appreciate everybody, man. We had
Mm-hmm.
some good conversation today.
Yes.
Hope y'all come back next week. Hopefully we can get on earlier next week. I just had a lot going on today. Lot going on. I had a meeting
Right.
right before the podcast. I think I heard my kids tearing stuff up. I heard stuff falling. So I'm gonna have to go choke somebody. I gotta go make the news real quick. Scrap said we had a gravy back then. We did have a gravy back
Right.
then. I mean, life was much simpler, back then.
We didn't think it though.
No,
We
we
didn't
didn't
think it
think
back then, but looking back, yes.
yeah, life was much. These kids got to deal with so much nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
and they got to digest so much, and there's so much stuff. I just feel like it's so much stuff they put in their head. I think a lot of the problems that they have, they are being put there by media, by outside and
Yeah.
by outside sources.
Yeah.
You talk about these kids, the mental, whatever they got going on. They listen to the music. Everybody's a op. If you're not my friend, you're my enemy. Ain't no in the middle. You can't just not know me. You either my friend or you my enemy. You know what I'm saying? Either you my buddy or I gotta kill you. It's like these kids deal with a whole it's a whole nother
Crazy.
landscape.
Crazy. Crazy.
We did have loyalty. We did have loyalty. Well, one reason why we had loyalty is because once again, communications line weren't as open as they are now in social media. It wasn't as easy to snitch somebody out. It wasn't as easy, and you wasn't rewarded for snitching somebody out or for telling on somebody. You know, it was a secret that stayed a secret. Militia said, "Thank y'all. Peaceful night to all. Blessings. Same to you, Militia, man. We hope to see you next week." Just AD said, "Therapy should be required at all schools." I believe that. And you know what? You really ought to check with your schools because therapy is available at most of these schools out here. That's what I'm starting to find out. The therapy, but you have to ask. They're not going to just give it to you.
Right.
You got to really have a counselor that halfway cares about
Yes.
you and your situation for them to present it to you. We were presented with a situation just recently as far as therapy for our family, our nieces and their nephews that sports. If I experienced the trauma, they experienced it even worse. It was their mom. So you have to ask, or you have to have a counselor that cares enough to put it in front of you. But there's therapy available. There is that free therapy available.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, should be required at all schools. Therapy should be required for all schools and all military. I think all military, all you should have to come in is tell them what years you was in the military and let them know you got some PTSD because I feel like every military service person has some form of PTSD.
Right.
But anyway, we're gonna get on off here, man, before this 111 turns into 130. We're just gonna catch y'all next week.
Yes. Thank y'all so much. And we'll see y'all next Monday. Same jazz time.
Same jazz channel.
All right. Be blessed.